Hi there. So, I'm feeling a little headachy because I've drank so much caffeine today. I'm actually trying to shift back to not really drinking caffeine after noon, but I wasn't good about it today. But I am going to now drink Rooibos. So we will see how this goes. This is a green Rooibos. This is green Rooibos Bonita. And I like green Rooibos better than red Rooibos. My main complaint with Rooibos is that it ends up in your tea a lot. In your cup of tea is what I mean. So even this, pouring it into my strainer, it is going through the strainer onto the floor. So I often brew Rooibos in a linen tea bag, which I'm not doing today because I want to be able to show it to you. So that's what it looks like. But we will see how much of this tea ends up in my cup. So I didn't bring my thermos today because it's a Rooibos, so it can really steep forever and ever. It's a green Rooibos tea, orange, marigold flowers, strawberries, natural peach flavor, natural strawberry flavor, and natural orange flavor, no caffeine. Brew for 5 minutes at 212. So I'm excited to try this. Adagio's Rooibos I like better than a lot of other Rooibos that I have tried. They don't tend to go through tea bags through strainers quite as bad as others, and I find the green doesn't seem to go through as much as the red. I don't know why, and that may be a false observation. So I am going to give that a shot, and we'll see how it is in this. I have enough for another cup. I may brew another cup in a tea bag. But I have been having so much fun drinking my teas again. It is just fun to have something exciting and new to try. And these are guilt-free, which is great because I rarely add sugar to my tea. I rarely even add milk to my tea. I do add it to chais, as I've mentioned, and I did have a chai. I'm trying to make myself have a chai almost every day because I have so much chai. So, like, December was the month of chai, and every tea that I got, my monthly teas had tons of chai in them. The David's Tea Advent had a chai in it that I'm trying, that's like, even though it's a tiny, tiny little single, it's actually like 3 pots of tea. So I had a pot of the David's chai today. I have a masala chai that I swear I bought 1.5 years ago that I just haven't been working through because I don't love chai. I recently mixed it with, I have a cardamom tea that I also have had forever, and I mixed the two together, and I actually like the two together much better than separate. But I still, like, chai is not what I gravitate towards. And I think part of it is because I feel like to enjoy a chai, I do need milk and sugar in it. And I don't always want to have milk and sugar. So it's just not one I gravitate towards. I'm also moving more towards decafs a lot because I have a lot of black tea. I have some oolong tea. I have a good deal of green tea as well. I don't have any pu'er right now, and I would really like to try more pu'er, but I have so much caffeinated tea right now, and I really want to switch to decaf after noon, and maybe even a couple of decafs in the morning if I'm drinking a lot of tea, because I think the headache I have right now is because I had too much caffeine. And often with my oolongs, I brew them multiple times. So even though they have less caffeine every time, it means I am having a couple of pots of caffeinated tea. I start my day off usually with a black tea, then I usually have a matcha, then I have usually an oolong, and then I will, in between those oolongs, have either a green tea or a decaf, and I'll have like a pot of oolong and then a decaf tea, and then a pot of oolong, that's a second steep of that oolong, which still has about 70% of the caffeine, and then switch to decaf. But today I did a tea review, so I drank 1 cup of just 1 small cup like this of a black tea in the afternoon, and then I put the rest in a thermos, and I'll probably drink it tomorrow morning. But so this is the color. It's very light pine. Oh, I didn't smell. Let's see. What are the tea leaves? Very orange. Lots and lots of orange in there. I'm excited about this one. I hope I like this. Again, I'm really looking for more decafs that I like. Oh, I love that. Very orangey. It doesn't smell very orangey brewed, but it really, really tastes nice and orangey. I want to pour as much in here as I can, because sometimes when it's steeped too much, you almost lose that, the extra flavoring. Although with a Rooibos, I don't think you will. So this is a perfect use of a Rooibos. First of all, I think I like it better because it's a green Rooibos. Second of all, Rooibos doesn't detract a lot from the natural flavoring. So a lot of times if you have a black tea, especially because I am the oversteeper, I will often steep it to the point where you'll lose a lot of the flavor, the natural flavors, and just it tastes just like black tea. So this is perfect. This is really nice and orangey. I'm very excited about this one. This is one I may stock up on. Although my favorite Rooibos is their pecan turtle. But this is one I'm very happy about. I may have to get a sample of it to see if I still love it. I think with the pecan turtle I jumped right into like a 3-ounce bag. But with this one I may have to get... This also feels like more of a like spring, summer kind of tea. I think it would make a good iced tea. Yum! I love it. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you are enjoying something tasty. And I will be back with you again soon. Bye. Hi there. So I'm going to have a green tea now. Jasmine Yin Hao. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I do love green tea. I mostly love kind of roasted green teas. So I like genmaicha and hojicha. Oh, that smells very floral and beautiful. My husband really likes green tea. It's probably his favorite. That's probably what he goes for more than anything else. So, pop that in there. There's probably not a ton to say about this because it's Jasmine Yin Hao tea. So, you brew it at 180 for 2 to 3 minutes. And with this one, what I tend to do with this little pot, so I have my thermos that keeps water at probably not 212, but probably a little over 200. And what I do for green is I fill it about that high, maybe that high, with tap water, cool tap water, and then I add that in. And I don't know if that gets me exactly the right temperature, but it gets pretty close. My green tea doesn't taste burnt most of the time. So, plus I like a roasty green tea, So it's also possible that I've just cultivated a taste for slightly burnt green tea. So I don't know about that. I don't know if it's kosher the way I do it. But I finished the green Rooibos Bonita. And as it cooled, I liked it less. So when I tried it hot, I was thinking, oh, this might be good iced too. But I really didn't like it cool. It kind of just tasted like I had squeezed a little bit of orange juice into water. So it lost some of its like sweetness, I felt like. And it lost its depth to a certain extent. Now, I know they actually make it as a iced tea. You can get big packets, and my guess is if you cold brewed it for a long time, you might get a much richer flavor from it. So I'm not ruling out that it would be good as an iced tea, but I just did not like the hot tea cooled. Okay, I'm going to try a little bit of this at 2 minutes, and then I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. It has almost no color yet. So it could almost be water. My guess is this is going to need to steep longer than just the 2 minutes. It smells lovely. It's actually got a really nice taste. It's very light. Green tea is not what I go for, this kind of green tea, because it's very light. I like a little bit more punch in my tea. But as a green tea goes, this is really a lovely green tea. So I'm sure my husband will like this. I will probably recommend it to him to finish off this packet because there's enough in here to make another little teapot. I'm happy with this. This is a nice green tea. Again, probably won't purchase it because it's not the kind of punch I'm looking for, but I'm happy to drink this. I'm going to go drink this and make some red pepper and potato soup because I have a good baguette to go with it. So I'm going to enjoy my tea while I do that. Cheers. Good morning. So it's going to be another tea-filled day, which is good. And today I am starting off with Formosa Oolong. So I'm excited to try this one because I love Oolong. This is one I will probably steep at least twice, if not 3 times. I tend to steep my Oolongs several times. We both finished the packet of the Jasmine Yin Hao yesterday evening. My husband really enjoyed it. He likes really simple green teas, so I knew he'd like that. And I actually re-steeped mine, and it was lovely. I'm going to put a little bit more since I'm going to re-steep this. Okay, so I'm going to pop. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of rolled. Some of it is kind of rolled. I expect it to open up a lot. I expect to have a very full container. For some reason, this teapot will not close flush at the moment, and it means that tea pours out. So this is steep for 3 to 5 minutes at 212, and it's just a Formosa Oolong. That's all is in it. So I'm excited that with these samples, I got a lot that are just plain teas. They're just a green tea or just a Oolong or just something kind of simple, because a lot of what I've been drinking, especially since I placed that order with David's tea, they've been very complicated. They've had stevia in them. They've had tons of ingredients in them. And I'm finding that while I like some of those, I actually prefer a little bit more simple. I don't always prefer the like really straight green teas, but I do like, or straight black teas. I just kind of feel like if I'm gonna have a straight black tea, I'm just gonna have like a Twinings. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple and have a Twinings bag tea, English breakfast or Earl Grey. So I do like a little bit of twist. Not to say that I love a hojicha, a genmaicha, just in a bag from the local Japanese store. And I keep pretty stocked in those. But I also, I really like these kind of slightly flavored ones, but not necessarily sweetened and not overly complicated. It's somewhere in the middle. So, I have a very busy work day today. So I'm going to be seeing clients all morning. So I was excited to I got up early. I got up a half hour earlier than usual. I'm also trying to kind of detox a little bit on some of the things I felt like I had to do in the morning, because a lot of them were like watch certain tea tubers, or like they weren't things I really had to do. So I'm trying to cut back on some of those things so I can read more. I have a really good trilogy I'm reading right now called Lilith's Brood by Octavia Butler. I don't usually read sci-fi, but this one was highly recommended, and so I gave it a shot, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a pretty quick read of the trilogy. Let's see if I can pour this. Oh, look, poured without making a ginormous mess. So I'm going to pour just some of this because this is a 3-minute steep. It's very light in color. It's kind of a light pine, maybe a little bit darker than pine. I didn't sniff the bag either. This has very little smell. It smells a little bit like tea, but it's very, very light. It's not like the jasmine. That was a very strong jasmine scent. It's very light. I think it's gonna need another couple minutes steep. So we will give it one more minute. I'm not getting much from this. So I actually was listening to a podcast. There's a podcast called Try This at Home, which is cute. And I was listening to it on the plane flying home. And they were talking about how jasmine tea is made, and how apparently like the jasmine leaves are just sort of placed on the tea, and then removed. So I guess like placed on a screen and then placed on the tea and then removed, so that the tea mostly has the scent of jasmine, but not the taste of jasmine, because apparently jasmine is really, really bitter, and you don't want jasmine flowers in your tea, which makes sense. Jasmine is not something you go out and eat. So it really is mostly the scent of jasmine that's in jasmine tea, but that kind of tricks your palate, because so much of our palate is smell. Okay, so now this has had 5 minutes to steep, and let's see if I get more. So now we're at a bit more color. Still very light though. Okay, so I've got a bit more smokiness. But as oolongs go, it's not my favorite. So I had their jade oolong recently, and I actually bought a sample bag of that because I really liked that, and I love their peach oolong. It's fine. It's nice. I'll be happy to drink it. I'll steep it probably one more time, but it's not the punch I want from an oolong. It's probably all the health benefits that I need from an oolong, so that's okay. So I will go and pour the rest of this in a cup so it doesn't oversteep, and I will happily drink this cup, but not going to run out and buy it. It just doesn't have enough punch. Yeah, it's a little astringent. It's a little smoky. It's very watery. So it's okay. It's not my favorite, but I'm gonna go finish this. Okay. Bye guys. I hope everything's going well with you, and I will be back with you actually probably later today because I've got a couple of hours this afternoon when I could film. So we'll see how busy I get. Okay. Bye.